going to be working on our fuel lines. Specifically to modify the fuel lines that are existing there to suit our needs. I want to tuck the fuel lines as much as possible inside the engine bay. So in order to do so, I need to modify the existing fuel lines, punch new holes in the firewall, patch them. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to go on. But today, as you can see, we got our tools right here. We got an Eastwood flaring tool. And we're going to be using AM fittings. So we cannot use this 45-degree fitting. What you need is a 37-degree fitting. So fortunately enough, I got one. Okay, so here's our first line we're going to modify. I already have it cut. It's the breather line for the tank. What we're going to end up adding are these flare nuts. Alright, so there we have it. Both ends. I got the sleeve on, onto the tube, pressed nice and tight. There you guys can see how nice and tight that is. You can look at the inside of that flare, double flare. Okay, so now I have the fuel feed, or the pressure side for the fuel. Again, here's the entire piece. I'm cutting all this off right here. I'm going to bend it in towards you guys this way, and then kind of shoot down a little bit to where I need it to go. Here I have the 3D printer running, making clamps for all the fuel lines that run along the door frame on the driver's side of the CRX. This job has been running for quite some time already. It's supposed to take 2 hours. So here we have the fuel line bracket. Bolt goes through there. The breather line clips onto here, and the fuel feed and return lines go through each one of these holes. So the premise behind is that these get sandwiched and then it gets bolted to the frame, and then the breather hose just clips into place in a L fashion. So I'm gonna go ahead and nutsert the frame. Okay, so the way I'm gonna do this, so this is the orientation in which it's gonna be bolted up. So we have our chassis harness running, a wire trough right here. I have a transfer punch right here and a hammer. So wherever I want it, the transfer punch, which basically it mimics the diameter and it has a punch in the center of it. So what I'm going to do is wherever I want it, I'm going to place it, hammer. So that indicates where I need to drill a hole to get the perfect location for this mounting point. And I'm going to do that a couple more times. And now I'm going to drill holes and go about my business and do the nutserts. fuel lines are in right here. There's one line coming in. I still need to do the flaring for the AN fitting, but here's the other line coming in. Then you got this guy that's in. Brake booster and brake pedals hooked up. The Hush Performance cable to hydro conversions in. We did keep the 88 pedal assembly, so we made it work. Oh, here. We got those fuel lines all mounted up with the bracket. I think he looks wonderful. Ooh, look at that. Alright, so here I have my box of fuel rail, fuel pressure, fuel filter, the mounting, and I need to get the strut tow bar over the top as well. Need to mount all that to get my lines situated so I know where to put the fuel filter and where to run my lines through. Okay, so I used this template to draw outrigger bracket from the original bracket. So I drew it out here. I traced it. I cut it out, and then I traced that onto the additional bracket. So this is going to give me what I need: bracket to mount the fuel pressure regulator to the intake manifold, utilizing a bung that is already on the intake manifold. Need to clean that off a little bit more. Arriba, güey. Are you recording there? So, fuel filter. Fuel filter. And I made this fancy little bracket that I'm gonna use to mount the fuel filter to. And then I'm gonna weld the bracket and house everything right there onto the firewall. The firewall. Fire. Just like that. Use this fitting. Push it over and down.